Here's another thing, if you don't want it running out of fuel, you gotta make sure and fuel it up before you get started.
Well, she'll be here next week. Put some water in the creek was about to tip the bottom of the bridge.
Wash that goop down out there. Alright, I'll shut this off and get to work. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Yeah, I do have the old video of the old, but it's on home on the computer. That does me no good. You want me to go home and get it?
Yeah, go home and get it.
Oh.
This has to go in front.
That's the front. Does that go in front or back? In the back? That goes in the front? Oh, yeah, I see the damn hole for it. That's the championship modulator. Alright, we found our goosket. There. I'm going to save this. I think I'm going to put this on the website. Okay, now we're scraping this off for the bell housing. And that goes on there. That goes on the front, Raji. Just so you know, that goes on the front and then that goes on the truck.
Put it on the back.
Put it on the back? Huh. Well, no, this one's got reverse. You ain't got to do that stuff. What's he thinking? This thing's got reverse. You don't have to put that on the back. Yeah, it's in there. Look. Oh. You got to make sure it's neutral so it don't run off on me. There's my speed meter piece. And this is my reverse switch. That might be a neutral switch, but that don't matter. We ain't got neutral, or ain't got no. It's all mechanical anyways. It don't really matter. I don't know what it needs to know if it's a neutral for. All right, here's this. This slides in these holes and gets oil from down here, and it bathes everything. There's a hole there, a hole there. A series of holes across there. That runs inside that tube. But the end is closed, so this don't go in that other department. It's just for the main doodads underneath the shifter there. Okay, got it cleaned up. Got that cleaned up. And sent us a goosket with it. And I'm gonna save that package too for the website. Maybe that block turned up. I'm done with that pan anyways. Enough. Oop, oh. I know one thing, it's getting heavy. Oh, I need a little bit more juice. Yeah. A little more juice. That sure will be good enough. Surely. Chewy. All right. Oh! Come tu papa. You think I'm sticking it in backwards? Probably. I'm gonna have to pull that shaft out to get that tight, I think. Let's use a wrench on it, which I could probably do that. Sit there and argue with anything. Been a good day to stay home. Okay, we had a little bit of reflection here. So I'm gonna pull that out. Here's the cap. It had a little rust in the bottom of it from setting and being sprayed out and stuff. And I guess it don't really have the seal, which is one concern I had. It kind of goes back through a sweep hole and goes back in transmission. And yes, I'll silicone up that and reuse that gasket. Unless I can find one on the shelf. And I'm hoping we got a bearing on the shelf. I don't know. It don't seem like it's got that much lash in it, but it runs pretty smooth, and it wasn't real tight against the outside housing. And I about killed the C-ring taking it off. Stupid thing. If anybody's got a trick on taking them off, let me know. Because I about butchered that one getting it off. I'm gonna reuse it, but I probably shouldn't reuse it. Bastards. Here's the rain selector. And here's the high hose and the low hose. The low goes on this side, the high goes on this side. These are the controls up to your shifter. And this is to the air regulator. I guess this is the feed. So this charges the system, regulates it, and this runs down to the splitter. So here's your button on the splitter. Okay. And then this runs out to the rain selector, and it goes from the top. So I would assume there's 4 ports on the handle. I'd say they'll be marked in there. But I'd say 2 of them's range selector, and one of them's a supply. And I bet this splitter actually has air to it at all times. Kind of like an 8LL. So I bet that gets us constant supply of pressure, which may come from that regulator to tee into to run this splitter. But I'd say the air coming to the splitter, it's a constant supply, and when you split it, then it charges this and must push back against this. So this might take full pressure, because this is going to be a regulated pressure. And when you put full pressure to it, it pushes this cylinder back, which this is large in diameter here, so maybe through difference of displacement, that might push this cylinder back, against this smaller displacement area. Yeah, pressure supply. I bet that's what's going on. I bet this is messed up here supply also. Oh yeah, Calvin. Yeah, right there. So that's supply, see a little arrow. So this is constant supply through the regulator. And there's the input. Okay, I got my airlines hooked up to where I think they're right. We'll have to see. I left this one long because I don't know about these, but I got this on a regulated path here. Let's hook it up and see. Okay, what's going on here is I hooked everything up and I didn't have a good diagram. I had a diagram, it's a good diagram, but I didn't, my charge kicked in and I didn't get it right. So, but basically I had all the airlines hooked up wrong. The splitter, the neutral safety switch on the range selector was messed up, which I'll get into that later. And the splitter, I had the airlines hooked up backwards, and I finally ended up having to take the gear shift lever apart and see it on the inside of the ports, because that's where my air leak comes from up there to the gear shift. I had them hooked up wrong. Well, but finally got everything hooked right. See, the blue, the green is the supply, and the blue is actually the goes to the splitter. And that had me confused. I was thinking backwards.
I think I got these two.
So basically, after we get it all back together, that part turns out right.
Well, we're learning. We're learning.
I finally had to take this all apart. It was leaking up in there and stuff, and found out it wasn't the part that was bad, it was me. But we got this going. And so it works good. I got the air on it. That's high range. It's low range. Alright, and here's the splitter. It's working good now. And that locks. So it works, but I can't shift it. Curve will not go into gear. So I'm gonna take the tower off and figure if there's something in there and then throws that I got screwed up. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate every daggone bit of the support I get on here and everything, and the new subscribers, I want to put some appreciation out there for you. And if anybody wants any merchandise, go to loggerweight.com, and we're adding new stuff on there all the time and everything else. And but anyways, just wanted to say thanks everybody. Everybody have a good one. Hit them buttons. Thank you. Later, taters.